On. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Jordy, the $1 Million Photographer, and today we have Sean, a member of the Production Business Accelerator community. Sean, you could introduce yourself and tell everybody a little bit about what you do.
Thank you so much, Jordy. I appreciate you. My name is Sean White. I am 26 years young, and I am the CEO of the media agency Freedom Creator House. We're just over 2 years of business, and yeah, I'm excited to talk about some of the things we've experienced in the last couple of months.
Definitely. So, Sean, being that you were 2 years in business, before you started working with us and some of the trainings in the Production Business Accelerator, what was going on in business before then? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So when myself and a couple other founders came together, we were putting all of our clients into one pot. So whether somebody was doing edits with their phone, recordings with their phone or cameras, or doing voiceover work, we all put all our clients in one pot. We became the one-stop shop for a whole lot of different clients doing the same thing for a lot of different people. And it worked out for a little bit. We had some trouble when we were looking to get bigger pay for everyone that was at the table. We always got referrals because we were always networking. We were always serving our clients the best that we could. And over time, we just saw that even though our efforts to work was great, the business behind it and the managing systems, they weren't as feasible to help us sustain and keep everyone full time. So we struggled a lot coming out of 2023 into 2024. And it wasn't until May I said, hey, we have to change something, right? Everything was just going haywire. And fortunately, we were able to land a few clients that made
Mhm.
us grow our traction, and we didn't filter down yet what we were going to do and who we were going to do it for, but we were still able to be open and we were still learning. A lot of it had to do with learning on the fly.
And what kind of clients were you working with during that time? Like what industries were you working in?
So we were working with clients in the fitness industry. Some of them were in the food industry. Some of them were, pop-up shops. Some of them were part of real estate boards. Some of them just had no social media presence at all, but we were helping them from the ground up. Some of them we even helped get over the 1,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. Some of them were
Okay.
podcasts for religious purposes, for financial purposes, things of that nature. Just so many clients, and we were all over the place. But
Okay.
that was just our experience from beginning.
Okay, so we have a little fine real estate, we have a little faith-based work, we have some gyms and everything.
Yeah.
What was it that made you decide to pick those clients to work with at first? Because I think that when you're just building, you definitely need to try different clients to figure out who blends with you, what industries you like to work with. But what was it that made you pick those clients, or did they just come in and then you service them? How did that work for you?
It's funny you ask because they literally just came in and we serviced them.
Okay.
Every Almost every client, I want to say about 90% of the clients we had from the time we were conceived till even now, word
Yeah.
of mouth referrals, networking, probably like maybe 10% because a lot of those clients, when we looked to be more mature with our prices, they couldn't handle our
Okay.
rate, handle that. And you were part of one of those conversations too a few months ago
Hmm. Yep.
when we tried to negotiate a deal. So yeah, a lot of them have been referrals and people that just came by happenstance.
Okay, got it. Now, before you joined the Production Business Accelerator program, how aware of it were you? Or like, were you aware of it at all?
Before I joined school, I was not aware at all. 0%. I never saw
Okay.
an ad, never saw anything on social media or heard from anybody.
Hmm.
All I knew was that you were making moves, and it wasn't until the day I decided to reach out to you is when I
Okay.
saw the school program. But I never fully wrapped my mind around it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And so the program is based in school, but it's called the Production Business Accelerator, right? So now let me ask you this. What was the one thing or a few things that made you say, yeah, let's start?
The first thing is the value. And I asked you if we could do lunch, and you were just putting me on the free game. I was just like, wait, this makes sense. These are the things, and I have the notes on my iPad. But the main thing I was appreciative was the value. So whatever you had to lead me to, so
Hmm.
I could study and reflect and review and learn, I was willing, and I had no idea what it was going to be. So
Yeah.
when I saw that this $1 million photography program was available, it was a no-brainer. Like he's already adding value. I'm appreciative of it. Whatever he's pointing me in, it's obviously going to help me. So I said, let me just sign up, whatever it is. I just said, it doesn't matter what the price. I want to pay now.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that, and I didn't even expect the conversation to go that way either, because we were just talking. So
Yeah.
after that point, what are some things that changed in your business after you joined the Production Business Accelerator program, and like what changed for you after?
So the first thing that changed was an understanding that it's not about what you do, it's about who you do it for. And then
Mhm.
direction. We were kind of aimless, sorry to say. If I could go back, I would definitely consider where I want to be, what goals I need to hit, and who I could help best service so that they can help
Okay.
them. And kind of create that structure, because without the structure in the system, you can't live. You know?
Yeah.
Things aren't there to sustain whatever you're trying to move towards. You're just throwing darts, you know?
Yeah, and we have a few tools in the program. We have uh ideal client profile that you could fill out just like any other. We also have a niche calculator as well too. For you in getting clients from referrals, which means that you're doing a great job, meeting some people from networking, and then transitioning now to picking your focus. What was it that those tools helped you to do? Because I believe, and the thing that changed my business was really getting clear about who it was that I wanted to serve. First, my first big change was doing maternity shoots. And I did that for 4 years. So from 2000, if I remember correctly, around the end of 2017 and the 2018 to 19, I ran about 155 Facebook ads. And I then figured out how to drive traffic from a page to my website and then have people fill out the form. And this was when I was using Wix. And then I would pick up the phone, call people, and then I started building up maternity shoots that way. But that was my first time really experiencing, oh, like when you pick one client, it gets deep, because now you realize, oh, some moms want the outfits, some don't want to get a stylist, but they want to list the Amazon clothes that you could just refer to them. Some of them want extravagant themes and dress up like angels. So when you get deep, there's what I've experienced and what I try to make people experience too is that the amount of value that you can provide when you get deep, it's almost endless. But for you, what changed when you put it on paper, you punched it into the calculator tool that we have to help you pick your niche? And I haven't seen too many things that allow you to put a niche in and then there's a numerical value. Like people think about niche in terms of people, but we put numbers behind it. Like, hey, pick a niche based on the score that it gives you. How did that change things for you?
So the first thing that I really enjoyed was the fact that you put the enjoyment level that you have when you're working with the client.
Yes, yes, you have to.
You if you don't love what you do, then you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They say have the goal be outcome focused, but the process is still there, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
The next thing I really appreciated was the monetary value. It made things very clear, like, yes, I enjoy working with this client, but is the monetary value sustaining my goals? Is it helping me and my business, my company, the place I'm trying to get to? So just being able to track all the aspects, the four aspects you put down on that calculator, made it super clear. And I'll be honest with you, after that, it led me right to a spreadsheet. I said, okay, now we're going to start hitting up clients that are specifically within these two niches of real estate
Mm,
and fitness. We did restaurants as well, but because that was third place, but it obviously worked out in our favor, just sticking with fitness. So yeah, that's what I'm
okay.
doing.
Okay. So now we have a client that you've been working with since May.
Yes.
You started working with them when they were at about 114K followers on Instagram. And you've been able to now, since October, join in, come up with more ideas to serve them better. Can you walk us through that transition that you had with them and some of the new ideas and stuff that you have coming up with them?
Sure thing. So inside out first, the main thing that I got value from was definitely joining and having the clarity. Okay, this is what I do. Who am I going to do it for?
Mm-hmm.
Once you eliminate all the noise of the people that you don't need to work with, because it's going to inconvenience your business and it's
Yeah.
not necessarily your strong suit, right? Based off of you checking out the niche calculator, you start focusing on the people you have, the people that you can service. Funny thing was, their YouTube also got to a very high and substantial number.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it was before. It may have been, I don't want to quote anything, but right now, they as our last conversation, which was on the 20th, they're at 30.2 thousand followers on YouTube because
Okay.
of the same shorts that we post also. TikTok, I could check their TikTok now. But the main thing was just cutting out the noise ever since I joined school, doubling down on doing outreach, on focusing on the people that I enjoy working with, that I enjoy getting the compensation from, and that I know I can build with. That the longevity of those relationships, it's gonna bring in those, those stacks that we're looking to get. And that was one of the main things on our last conversation. So just knowing their feedback from looking at my own stuff on the school program, I knew that was the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
As if I just stick with this and just stay consistent, I'll be good. I didn't know how long it was going to take. I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
if it's going to be new clients or the same clients I had because my mind was just focused on the clients that I could best serve, that
Yeah.
I would enjoy financially and
Okay.
emotionally.
So tell me this. So tell me this. What were two things that you did that the client saw as extreme value? Two things that you did so we could share that with everybody.
Okay, so first things first, Jordy, I have to shout you out. What you do often, you run promos, right? A lot of
Yeah.
discounts. I suggested this, hey, you should do this discount. The client was charging their app. They have an app as well called
Okay.
$50 a month
Mm-hmm.
per person. And I told them, hey, just change this. And it wasn't even in the front of my mind. I just knew this was something that they needed to do because all I was doing was looking at what you were doing and then focusing what I had to do. So just copy and paste. I said, hey, just charge this amount. And they ended up, they charged less actually. I didn't say exactly $10 a year for their app. I said more, but they started charging that. So $10 a year now. The
Mm-hmm.
wave of people that signed up, and I have my notes here from the 18th. He said that because of our content that we've been posting consistently as a company, they made $16,000 that they're going to be seeing in the next couple of weeks.
Stop right there.
Okay. Okay.
Give me the date
Yes.
and then give me the amount of revenue that you helped them generate.
So
Oh, we
the
need
date
that to
that
be clear. We need that to be clear.
so I signed up for school, I believe, on October 29th, right?
Yeah, around then I'll check and I'll see when. I'll tell you just now.
Okay.
But give us the date for the client because that's amazing.
On November 18th, they said the first thing of the meeting. I have my notes on my
You
iPad.
joined October 29th, 2024.
Yes. This November on the 18th, the first thing in the meeting was that Sam said they made $16,000 in sales based off the app because of the content that was being pushed out consistently because we weren't focused on other clients and other things. We were like, hey, let's double down. Let's serve you more. $16,000 based off their content in sales just for the app. So $16,000. $10 here, $10 because people were signing up based on the content being posted consistently.
And the app, is it a subscription of like workouts?
Subscription of workouts and meal plans.
Okay, and then the gym membership is separate, I think. Is it?
He doesn't run a gym. He doesn't do trainings on it. He doesn't have
Oh,
to do trainings anymore because of
okay.
the content.
Okay, so this is just the app.
This is just the app. People
So
signing up.
how excited were they when this happened?
That because it's the first thing. It was uh, overjoyed. Overjoyed. The second thing they shared, the CEO and his fiance, they plan to get married, which is why they really appreciated us as a company being willing to double down on how much
Yes.
content we're pushing out. The conversation came up at the end of the interaction, the talk, because we kept stating, hey, we could add this value, this value, this value that we wouldn't have thought of if we didn't double down on the
Yeah.
clients that best serve us that we genuinely enjoy serving. I personally told them, hey, look, we see that you're only charging a small amount for us to upload one video a day for every day of the week. We want another 20 on top of that. They said, no, we want to triple your pay. I said, oh. Okay,
because they
great.
see the value. They see
Exactly.
the value. And we'll talk offline about some strategies we could do for when you speak to them next. But what I appreciate about that client for you is that they're seeing the value and they're also willing to pay. How did you guys feel internally hearing that good news?
So I had one of my partners, you know him. He was here, and I was sitting here when I had said, "Hey, another 20 on top, just because we're moving along and whatever the case may be." He said, "Oh no, no, we were." His fiance actually said it. We actually want to triple your pay. On the outside, I'm like, okay, I'm just taking notes. On the inside, on the inside, I was doing backflips, straight backflips, just like whoa, like oh yeah, yeah, okay, that's fine. We want to talk about more value now because I don't want to,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
but yeah, that's how that felt.
And why I think that that's amazing is there's also a literal reason why focusing on one specific group of people is better too. That some people, and like we've spoken to over 400 photographers and videographers at this point about this. And no matter what country in Europe, Asia, Africa, America, people fear that they're going to lose out on money if they choose to focus on a group of clients. And I think short term, that is true. In the short term, if you decide, let's say you decided to go focus in on fitness clients and you decide not to reach out to other clients, you may lose some revenue. But I think people get scared because they think they can't take on other clients, which is not true. You could still work with whoever you want. It just means that, and what I found to be very true is that you're going to plant your expertise in this area and then you're going to let that tree grow and you're going to water it. And then you're going to figure out how to decorate it. And then you're going to figure out how to host events by it. And then you're going to figure out how to prepare it for the next season and then how to plant a fence around it. And then you're going to put a house around it. Like there's so much things, but if you just plant the tree and then walk away, you never really get to see how much fruit it could bear. And there is a seed. What's so fascinating about a seed is that a seed is the only thing that can multiply after itself. Like you put one seed out and then it multiplies. So the consumption of fruit produces more fruit. And a lot of people chase the idea of, I need to be a videographer and I need to be a graphic designer and I need to work with weddings and do portraits and do headshots and do this. And I'm like, man, you're wasting so much energy. So you've experienced that, which is great. The client is getting results. As we get to this last part, what is one piece of advice that you would give to a production business owner that is really looking to take their business to the next level? What is one piece of advice that you would give them?
So that same analogy you shared, if you notice how people will plant seeds but walk away, that's exactly what people do. And I was doing this mentally. I'm not focusing on the seed that I planted and nurturing that seed, taking care of it, going to water it, adding value. That's the watering, making sure
Mm-hmm.
it's getting sunlight, following up. Hey, making sure that things are good. We're
Mm-hmm.
creating
Mm-hmm.
systems to establish a good environment for that seed to continue growing. So the main
Yeah.
thing I give to someone in my position that is at my level or coming up, media company, media production agency, whatever the case may be, focus on adding value to your clients, not necessarily stretching yourself too thin,
Yeah.
right? Just grow strong legs, right? Which grow strong roots because if the root runs deeper, the foundation, you'll be solid. It doesn't, you can scale and build trust because the more value you bring, the more trust they'll see that they can put in you. And then they'll be not, they won't be shy at all to give you whatever you need. They'll give you more than you ask. And that's
Yeah.
a godly principle. But yeah, that's all I'd say. Focus on adding value. Whatever you're doing, just see how you can take that and do the same thing in your own market, your own area.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And everybody that is watching this right now, Sean, I could tell you, we just helped one person just now with this video that we made. Somebody's gonna listen to this a day, a month, a year from now, and they're going to say, oh, okay, let me try what they're saying in the video. And we just help somebody do that. Cause that's what's all this is about. You know, we learn something, we pass it along to the next person. And guess what? The more you pass it along, the more you repeat it and the more you hear it. And the more you hear it, the clearer it becomes. It's the repetition of the information, doing the follow-ups, doing the check-ins, coming up with the ideas, working the plan, just making the plan better and better and better. That's the whole thing. And the minute that you decide to change course, you lose the momentum. And there's a law of physics that applies perfectly here because I love physics. A body that is in motion will stay in motion until acted on by an external force. But a body that is at rest will not move until something comes and pushes it. The same thing in your business. If your business is at a point of stagnation because maybe you don't know where to go, or you're not coming up with the ideas, or you just are trying to go in three different directions, you're going to remain stuck until you do something different. And for everybody that's out here, I hope that you heard what Sean did, the decisions that he made around, you know, he's working with fitness, real estate. He's working with people in the ministry. He's working with a lot of different type of client, but he decided to pick one. Not that he knew that it was going to be the right decision, but you know, he went through a process. He evaluated it, and then he went all in. And as a result of that, within the space of 30 days, he was able to create massive value. Sean, that's amazing. And I'm looking forward to when we look at this video a year from now and business is in a completely different place with new clients and new opportunities. Thank you for taking time to share your story about this, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for giving me the time. God gets all the glory.
Absolutely, every time. All right. So that let's